Hey, welcome back to Don't Run with Scissors. I'm Kelly, your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins and 3 crazy rescue dogs, who likes to craft in her spare time, has gone back to school to be an ASL interpreter, and is training for Ironman. If you're new here, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. Go ahead and hit the like and subscribe button. It sends me a little message, boosts my serotonin and my self-esteem, and I could use that. If you're returning, welcome back. You know the crazy you're in for, so sit on back, grab your drink, and let's have at it. We have done the x-rays. I don't have any broken ribs. So really bumps and bruises galore. And a broken wrist. If the bone keeps healing the way it's supposed to, that'll be a good thing. No surgery. Son's bruises are almost healed. It's pretty amazing. I will be honest, I've been on a roller coaster of emotions. Today it kind of hit me hard that thanks to my driving, or because I was driving, I don't know how to look at it. I kind of got on myself, like I almost killed my kid, and I was in tears. And my coach and my honey told me basically pull my head out of my ass. That realistically what I need to be doing is looking at it more from the aspect of, but for my experience as a driver, it could have been a hell of a lot worse. And it really could have been. George he's totaled. There's no coming back. His frame is bent, and some other issues. So we're going to part him out. He's basically going to serve as an organ donor, to keep living on and keep giving. I will find a new Jeep. When, I don't know. And that is why I am electing to stay with your favorite Jeep driving lawyer, mom of twins. May not be driving a Jeep at the current moment. I'm not driving anything. However, I will go back to driving a Jeep. It's just a matter of finding the right one and when. So, okay. ASL sign of the week. So, ASL sign of the week. It's what? I'm happy you asked. I'm going to do the sign of the week. It's book. So it's literally you're taking your flat hand and it looks like you're opening a book. Now I can't do the twisty motion, so I only flipping one side of my book. But you're just opening your book. And if you're going to read, you're going to read with your two little fingers like your eyeballs, and you're going to read the page. So book. Reason it's the sign of the week is because my classes have a heck of a lot of reading in them. Which with my learning disabilities and just being so sore has been, I feel like I'm already way behind, and that is a really sucky feeling to feel like the first week of school. We had today off because it is Labor Day, and I have felt like absolute garbage today. Yesterday I actually was feeling pretty good. Friday was a really great day. We'll talk about that in a minute. Even pain-wise was a really good day. Saturday was a little rough. Yesterday was good. Today I am just all through my shoulder here and around. It just hurts. It hurts to breathe. It hurts to move. It hurts to get up. It hurts to get down. It's hard to get comfortable. If you look at my Instagram, you'll see a picture of the front end of George, and you'll understand why. Last week was a long week. It was rough. We kind of touched on it. Not only did I have the accident We had 3 days without power, 1 day without water. We lost my friend's husband. And then I lost a triathlon friend to cancer. And it all adds up. That's all I'm going to say on that. It all adds up. But in talking to my coach and knowing my doctors and knowing me, we've got a plan in place. And we've got a plan in place that not only will honor me, my body, and all that it's been through and recovered from, but it will also take the memory of my friends in the sport or in life. And honor that. And make sure that their legacy keeps living. So I ask for patience and grace. And I'm asking it, not that you guys are always so great with showing me those sights of things in love, but more so in giving myself permission to take care of me. What we've also noticed is, I've shared with it before, I am a type 2 diabetic, and a lot of that is genetic. But my A1C is bound, like my daily sugars, I'm having really hard time maintaining them stable, which is draining and not good on any level. So I'm crashing and we can't figure out why, like what has changed, like what's going on. And my doctor is sort of like, okay, well, we need to focus on the, on the accident repercussions and, but at the same time, he's like, follow up with your with the endocrinologist. So I need to remember to make an appointment to get in to see her as soon as possible. And the other thing is I've got to remember to carry my glucometer with me, so that if I'm out and about and I'm starting to crash, I can start charting it better than just based on how I'm feeling. Like, okay, what is the actual number? Because that's important. So yeah. The only other thing, I have prayed to St. Anthony galore. I have prayed to my grandfather who has passed, because usually he's the one who, he also helps me by missing things. During the accident, my hearing aids and my glasses went fine. Now we have found my glasses. We found my sunglasses. Not a scratch. Not a scratch, you guys. We have found my left hearing aid. We cannot find my right hearing aid. And the last time it pinged on the Bluetooth in my phone, it was in Defiance, Ohio, which makes absolutely no sense. I don't even know that I stopped in Defiance, Ohio. I will be honest with you, I'm not even sure where Defiance, Ohio is. I mean, if you told me it was in Toledo, I'd be kind of like, okay, we stopped for gas. Maybe it fell out and I just didn't notice it, but I can't imagine that that's something I would be pretty good about noticing. So I think it's just gone. And it sucks. So tomorrow I have to also remember to call my hearing aid place. It will likely cost me $400 to replace. And it will be my one-time replacement. Thankfully, we didn't use it when Nigel ate my hearing aid. Ironically, it is the same hearing aid. But we have George is now sitting in my driveway, and we've torn him apart inside and cannot find it. So where that $400 is coming from, not a clue. Absolutely not a clue. Winging a prayer right now. That's how I'm operating. yeah. So we're just gonna keep plugging along. Bear Lake, the orthopedic surgeon basically told me I could do Bear Lake, but I can't train for it. I think I shared that with you guys last week. Bear Lake is a rough course. It is not one that you can go into without some level of training. Clearly I can't swim until this is off, which really sucks because I think the rest of my body would really appreciate being in the water and just sort of not swimming, but just being in the water and just kind of being able to relax. I think would be very good for it, but that's not possible. Running, he said absolutely not. And I think part of that is because when you run in the jostling, nobody wants to jostle this arm because even though I'm casted, there's still movement allowed in there. And so the thought of jostling that bone as it's healing and ending up needing surgery when I don't, as of right now, really sucks. So my coach and I have talked about it. Not today, honestly, like, because honestly, I'd like to go back to bed. I did take a nap. I may have to go back. I may just go to bed early, honestly. Tomorrow's my long day with classes from 1 to 4 and then 7 to 10. And then I just stay on campus and we all eat together and study. During that break, we have study sessions and stuff. So I may just go to bed earlier, but we're hoping that my body is starting to feel better and recovering. My bike stands, it's already on the stand, which is going to be the saving grace. Is my bike is already on the stand. So providing that I can get on and off without hurting myself, which I should be able to do, we will at least try to keep me biking so that I can maintain a level of fitness and endurance, so that hopefully doing 1 lap isn't going to be super hard. I did see my GP. He was the one who ordered the x-ray of my ribs, so we know that it's not broke. However, we did a urine test, and there's some concern now that maybe the impact of things has hurt my, like, there was some impact to my kidneys, which I'm trying to picture how that would happen, but my enzymes are a little wonky, and there was some blood in my urine, so we are going to retest. I have to drink more water, which I should be drinking more water anyways, but we're going to retest. I've already reached out to my GI doctor, and that kind of thing, and so we're keeping an eye on things. You know, again, by all accounts, I should not be making this video. If you looked at George, and know that we hit the cement barricade doing about 75, 80 miles an hour. I shouldn't be here. My son shouldn't be here. So for that, I'm more grateful than I can even put into words. So, okay, enough of that. We need happy thoughts. I need happy thoughts. We need the baby angels to sing. So, I have, surprisingly enough, I can still cross stitch. I think part of that is, 1, I'm right-handed, not left. 2, I stitch in hand. I will say, however, that I am much slower and I have to take more breaks, because even holding the fabric with this hand, I need more breaks. I need to adjust and things like that. But I'm still able to do things, which thank God, because otherwise I would be batshit crazy. And that would be batshit crazy. Which is one of my other favorite signs to do. crazy. This month, I not only have I been working on Whip Go goals, which a little behind, little, I don't know. I don't know that I'm really behind. Maybe I am. I don't know. We'll talk about that as I show you my projects. In C Zook Stitch, so Carolyn Zook has her group on Facebook where they do like magazine, they focus on magazine patterns, which is great. But she's doing AB Singo this month. So you set up your board with 5x5, like a bingo board, and you put in your letters wherever you want them, with the exception of T, because otherwise there would be 26, and that doesn't work. But if you take out the T, so you had to be able to connect whatever project you could put your, so you could put your alphabet in any squares you want. Yeah, lovely, lovely beers. So here is my board. Every day, every evening, she pulls a letter for the, and then you have like 24 hours to stitch on it. And your goal is 1 hour or 100 stitches. Well, for me, 1 hour is not going to net me 100 stitches right now. But you could put in whatever projects you wanted. As long as they connected, you could connect them however you wanted, could rationalize with the letter that it is. Okay. So far she's pulled P, M, X, V, and I. So for me, for P, I worked on Plant Love, which was one of my Whip Go pulls for this month. M was Marine Corps emblem. My X, I pulled out Hands-On Design Cookie Exchange from last year, because Exchange. V is Jeep Van Gogh. And for I, there's iodine on the periodic table. So that is the only one I have not, the only square I haven't completed that's been called. So but I haven't dragged it out of its spot right now to put in the stitches there. So that's on my game. So very fun. Check her out on Facebook. I don't remember the exact name. So then we have Whip Go. Now, my Whip Go for August is Magic Study, or was Magic Study and No Planet B. Now, I did No Planet, I got No Planet B. I got 6 days done on Magic Study. It's not the one I want to work on. If you remember, though, I tried to guess at what they would be for September to take to the convention with my son, and I picked 4. So I have square 4 almost done. I only need to stitch on it one more day. And for me, that was my oldest whip. If you recall, I put in Marine Corps Marathon. Not the marathon, although that is a bucket list race for me, the Marine Corps Marathon. The Marine Corps emblem is what I am stitching for my oldest whip. I only have to stitch on it one day to get that square off. I have 3 days done on Plant Love from Stitch Life magazine. And then I have to do 10 days on the Zimmerman coverlet. Now that's not bad considering we're only on day 5 of August, or day 5 of September. Okay. So on Friday we went for a drive. A friend of mine and I went for a drive. I actually got called into an emergency mediation hearing up north. While I was up north with clients who are friends of mine, we had dinner and then we popped over. I was lucky enough that I got to pop over to Stitches in Bloom in Alpena, Michigan. Okay, so here's Michigan. I live down like in here. Okay. Alpena is up in here. Court case was about in here. So it wasn't very far. What an amazing shop. You guys, if you have not been up there, I guess she's new to that location. But she's been in business for years. She was so sweet. I met her and her husband. what a fantastic shop. And you will see, I bought a couple things. We'll show you those as we go along, because one of the things I was able to do in an effort to quell the beast that is on my table, I was able to sew up 6 project bags because they were already cut out. That was all my hands would handle at the time. And that took me most of the day to do 6 again, and they were already cut out. So in my first bag that I stitched up with Ruth Bader Ginsburg's face, because who doesn't love a good RBG, is Rosina Dizery, all kitted up. Is she not beautiful? She needs her key tag. My son moved my little packet of key tags. As soon as I realize where they are, I'll make her a little tag, and she'll get a little key tag. Okay. Also, I made I love to avocado with avocados because they're cute. And in there is One Nation by Begone Stitches. That is my Janet Jabber flag. I know that's not what the name of it is, but that's what I call it because that's who enabled me to buy it. That is my fabric from Riverview Stitches in Monroe, Michigan, from RETM's daughter. Dyed that. It's gorgeous. And yeah, it was pricey. Don't generally spend much on fabric. Usually I would dye myself, but I didn't. Let's see. Okay, so here we go. I have not quite figured out how to dye the blue fabric, or the blue floss, naturally. And then I just need to order the stuff to dye the red, but I have not done that yet. But I'm not in any hurry because, as we all know, I have plenty of whips to work on in between now and then. Because I am who I am. Let's see. Okay, so in here is Marine Corps emblem. I had to cut more black floss off the Cone of Doom. But, y'all, again, it needs one more day for that Whipco square to be done. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So I should have the United States part of the circle, and then we'll say Marine Corps on the bottom. I should have the United States part done with one more day of stitching, and that is wonderful. And in there, so my thread wax that I use for this is Strawberry Pina Colada. So good. And so my project smells like Strawberry Pina Colada. And I'm not sad about that at all. I like that. Okay. You know, I move like yeah. Okay, so this is one of my purchases from up north. It's Stitches in Blue, and it is Happy Halloween by Primrose Cottage Stitches. How flippin' cute is that? The way she finished it, was so cute. So, saw it, fell in love, bought it. Okay. So I am stitching it on 32 count Lugana Country Mocha. I don't know who makes that. But it looks gorgeous. I started in the car. I started stitching. I have the H done. I need to work on that some more, obviously. I also, while I was there, bought all of the threads. So it calls for 3 different weeks dye works. And that is persimmon, parchment, and onyx. Now what's funny about onyx is I would have thought it was more black, but really it's like a really, really dark green. So there's that. And you need, surprisingly enough, for this little teeny tiny stitch, which is only 82 by 68. 82 by 68, guys. Not a big stitch. You need 2 skeins of each. Yeah, crazy. So that is in my bag that I made, and that is it's red on the back, but it's hot dogs with ketchup and mustard and hamburgers. It's just cute. So hopefully I will get that finished sometime soon. I made this bag. It's Easter dogs, and I just realized that I stitched them upside down. So it's upside down Easter dogs because can't redo it. So it will just be. That's okay. So in here is another one of those little things that I bought at Stitches and Bloom. I saw it, fell in love with it. Wasn't going to get it, but then when I was like, oh, well, what's another couple bucks when I was buying everything else? So yeah. It's a candy cane wiener dog. And with the plaid ear. I mean, come on. Come on. I had to. And it's the whole kit. I mean, I'm hoping it doesn't take long to stitch, but, you know, famous last words. I probably won't use the little frame that's with it, though, to be honest. I mean, it's cute, but I think I'm just going to make it into, like, a little flat fold ornament. Or maybe, like, some sort of pillow. Clearly, I will be a little bit more on top of the upside-down dogs when I do it. Maybe. Who knows? Maybe. Never know. Okay. So, made this one. And in here, also from Stitches and Blues in Alpina. I was so good, I made sure all my zippers zipped the same way. Like, pull like this way. Because I have some that I did the other way, and it's great. Okay, so this is actually punch needle, which I do know how to do. But my friend was like, will you make me that? Sure. Sure. So it does use DMC. I have not pulled the DMCs or taken care of it. It's not going to get done this week. It's not. At some point it will. Sooner than later. But not today. Okay. Made this bag. Margarita Bill. Because it's 5 o'clock somewhere, baby. 5 o'clock somewhere. Okay. So in here is Janet Jabbit fabric that she gifted me and I love. I don't know what the color is called. I think I may dip it in some coffee or in some tea. The pattern calls for DMC except for 2 weeks dye works. Doesn't tell me how much of it I needed, so I got 2 skeins. I hope that's going to be enough. But it's weeks dye works turquoise. It's so pretty. It's such a pretty variegation. Let me see if yeah, there we go. Isn't that pretty? Love that color. But in here is Toes in the Water by Cherry Hill Stitchery. Toes in the water, face in the sun. And I just fell in love and had to have it. So, I have not pulled, like I said, I have not pulled the DMC for it. But likely sooner than later. But again, I don't want to start, I want to finish up a few more things before I start more. Okay. So for X's, this is one of those that the zipper goes the other way. For X on my Baby Singo board, I pulled out Hands on Designs Cookie Exchange from last Christmas that I didn't even start. And I got the bottom of the table. I had kicked around like Janet did Janet switched the color of her table to be more like her table that she had when, I think when her daughter was little. Janet, let me know. Not when she was little, but I think when her daughter was little. And I kicked around doing the same thing. And I just realized I missed 2 stitches. How funny is that? And then I missed the 2 stitches on the ball, on the table leg. And I was going to do that with mine. And then I didn't because I just was like, you know what? No, I just want to, it was just like, I don't have the mental capacity to do that. It's really cute the way it's designed. And so what I may do is work on that and plug along, and maybe use that as my Christmas smalls with my exchange partner, who does watch my floss tube. So if I just ruined the surprise and that's not something you'd like, shoot me a message. I'll work on something else for you. Okay. So one of the other things I got that was on my Bringo board, AB Singo board, was V for Jeep Van Gogh. So I pulled out Jeep Van Gogh, and I actually thought one of my goals, I think I have started working on my Whip Go board for next year. And I put Jeep Van Gogh is on there and a couple others, but they're on there multiple times so that I could really make significant progress, hopefully, on them. And I may revamp it so that Jeep Van Gogh is on there maybe half of the squares, because kind of want to really honor George. And this is the only piece I have with a Jeep going. It's not like there's a whole lot. I mean, if anybody has any other Jeep stitches, let me know. So I did put in over 100 stitches in the blue. It does, I'm grateful for Pattern Keeper because honestly it does go a lot faster and a lot more accurate. I'm glad it got called on my Whip Go board, and during that time I restarted it. If you guys remember, I restarted it, and I'm really glad I did, because now it's, yeah. So that is Van Gogh Starry Night, and in the corner will be the red Jeep, like my George. And so I got to add some more stitches into that. Now it is on my AB Singo board, I think one more time. So I think when Jay gets called, yeah, when Jay gets called, it will get worked on. Right now my G, where I could plug it in for Van Gogh, is slated for the Monopoly game. I may switch that out so that it's George rather than Monopoly. We'll see. Okay. So the only other thing that I've stitched on this week, it's been a week, so hey, we're good. I'm good with this. Is Plant Love, and I have worked 3 days on Plant Love. Plant Love was a subscription. It's like a stitchy box from Stitch Life magazine, like I think 2 years ago. I don't think it says it on my thing. May. Let's see. In 2021, it was released in spring of 2021. So it's like a year old. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. But we've gotten 3 days work on her. So I've actually got her feet in. She had 1.5 shoes. She's now got 2 shoes. She's got 2 legs. She got her dress starting, and I got in a buttload of grass. So we're plugging along. I am hopeful that in the next 7 days, I should be able to get the rest of her hair and her dress in. I don't know about the grass, and then there's like a series of, I'll show you the picture. So this is the picture. I should be able to get her done and potentially this grass. I don't know if I'm going to get all of this in. And in some ways I look at it and I'm like, if I don't put it in, I'm not 100% heartbroken about it. So, I mean, then it would be more like that. I don't know. Because I've got it as, I mean, that's as wide as it is. And that is as tall as it is. So it's not a real big piece. It's just that that's an awful lot of back stitching. And I will say this, there are half stitches, and I don't like half stitches, especially not, like, I hate stitching them. And I think that's kind of my holdup, is the two. And, like, those flowers are just, like, a lot of back stitching and a lot of half stitches. But for right now, I'm going to work on getting her hair and dress in, like, her done, and we'll make that decision when we get to it. Like I said, I'm hopeful that the 7 days will, before I would tell you in 7 days, I probably 7 good stitching days, I could probably get it done. I'm moving slower, and so it's probably not going to get done in 7 days. But I do have a whip go square later that says whip closest to finish, and so maybe during those 7 days, or maybe during those 10 days, I can get it done. The only other thing that's come in so far that I ordered, because when she posted that they had it, I was like, I need that. I don't know why I need that, but I need that. It came from the UK. It is from Lakeside Needlecraft. I don't know, because it was a, hey, we found this in the back of the, like, supply closet sort of thing. I don't know if they have any more of it. Although, in looking at it, I'm going to try and recreate it so I can sell it, which I'm really excited about the idea because I think I know how to do it. But I got 2 pieces of, one is 18 count, and it looks like it might be opalescent, but it's glow in the dark. You can't even tell, but it really does. The fabric glows in the dark. So I just feel like for some Halloween, yeah, whatever. It's got a slight greeny, you know how like that glow in the dark color is? So I've got 2 pieces. I think this one is 16 count, where that one is 18 count. Yeah, see, this has got extra paint on. So like the holes are blocked from the paint. I think I figured out how they've done it. I think it would be really easy to create again. I think I have one that's opalescent and one that's not, but I think this is the not opalescent, but some of the glitter from the other one is rubbed off. This one is a little less of that glow in the dark green. But kind of cool. I think, like I said, I think I figured it out. And if I'm gonna try it out. And go from there. So, I don't know. Again, I don't know what I'm going to stitch on it, but I just thought it was really cool, and I don't know. Felt like I needed it for some reason. So yeah, so that's really been it. My other Whip Go pull for September is the Zimmerman color coverlet. I have not even worked one day on it. Like I said, I still have to make up my days for Magic Study. And what I may just do is not worry about Zimmerman coverlet this month. I may finish up my 4 days on Magic Study, finish up the other days. I still have 7 days to work on for Plant Love, and then just figured that because I did the extra square this month that I thought might be called, I may just like swap that out for Zimmerman coverlet, and then when that square is called, I'll work on the Zimmerman coverlet. Who knows? I don't know. Yeah. So that is really about it. My yoga teacher is really cool. She's gonna show us how to modify so that I can still do things safely. And hopefully show me some things that will help me with recovery from the accident. She's also, we have to write a 2-page paper, not a big deal. 2 pages isn't that big of a deal. But she has approved my topic of the use of yoga with as a form of physical therapy for children with special needs. And so I'm really looking forward to that. I have already watched, for my principals class, we have to do so many hours of interactive interpreting type thing and so many hours of observation. So for observation, we can watch movies that if we turn off the sound and we just watch the ASL interpreter, that counts. So this weekend in order to really force, what I've realized as a hearing person is hearing affords us the opportunity to really multitask. And when you cannot hear something, be it an audiobook or doing some like stitching while you're watching a movie because you can follow along because you can hear it and you're not having to read the subtitles or watch an ASL, an interpreter in the corner, you can multitask. If you have to watch an interpreter like that in order to get the message, you can't. So it is forcing me to just sit and watch. And I realized how bad my ADD is. And that I can't, because I can't, like, I could knit if I could knit by feel, but I can't hold the knitting needles and do that right now. Likely I could probably crochet, but again, it's tricky. And so I have elected not to. So I have now watched 5 movies. I've watched Inside Out, Brave, Encanto, Ratatouille, and Mean Girls, all in ASL. I turned off the volume. Thank goodness I know the movies, like it's not a big deal. Turned off the volume, which kind of sucks because then you miss the music. And realistically, the music in Disney videos is the best part, so that sucks. But turned them off, watching the ASL interpreter, and have managed to knock out several hours of that is required for my class this weekend. I am trying to still have a couple assignments that are due tomorrow, and I'm dragging ass, y'all. Sucks. It's a lot of reading, and I am just like, my eyes are tired, my body is tired, and I know I sound whiny, and I am sorry for that. I am trying to find my upbeat, happy. I have a lot to be grateful for. I really am. I'm exhausted. So we'll just take one day at a time and go from there. So, as always, that is all I stitched and sewed and bought. I'm going to continue, like I said, working on my WIPCO goals and my AB Singo goals. They happen. If I don't finish my bingo board, I'm okay with it. Like, it's just kind of more fun, and to touch some whips that I haven't yet touched or needed to make some more progress on. and that's okay. Like Plant Love is on here 2 more times, so I can double dip with Whip Go. Oldest Whip and Marine Corps is on here for 2 more times. Okay. Magic Study is on here once. My Under the Sea cell, which that drop with the border came, I have not worked on. So I need to get my ass in gear because I was staying up on it. My Rosie truck is on here a couple times. My picture of Kay is on here a couple times. So it's not, I mean, they're all good. The only weird one, like the Monopoly board is on here, the map is on here. Modern Folk Embroidery for E is on there. Which I haven't worked on that since like the beginning of the year when it got called for Whip Go. But the other one that's on here is the Disney cell, the Epic Disney Princess cell from Clouds Factory, which is also on my Whip Go board that hasn't been called. So when that gets called and I work the day, I'm going to go ahead and count it as a day on my Whip Go board. Because I set my goals as yearly goals, not just, and it's okay to work on a roll. My eye look a little black. Wouldn't be surprised. Okay, anyways, I digress. Squirrel. So, yeah, so it's good. It's all good. As always, don't forget to go check out Sewing Wax from Hillbilly Candle Company, as well as their candles. They are doing a Labor Day sale. So I'm going to hurry up and get this uploaded so that you guys can figure that out. And go take advantage of it. Grandma's Stitching Box. I may have a new pattern release. I'm going to test stitch it. If somebody wants to model stitch it for me, it's a little one. It's not huge. It's little. I think it's gorgeous. It's based on a photo that a friend of mine took of a tree up here. So if you're into stitching nature and may want to model stitch for me, I'll work out something because I think it's cute. It's little. Like I said, it's little. I think it's like 5 by 7. So yeah. So with that said, I will talk to you guys later. As always, feel free to reach out to me. I'm His Princess Kelly on Instagram and TikTok. Although I got to figure out how to fix TikToks because apparently TikTok thinks I'm under 18 because it saved my birth date wrong. Or reach out to me as Kelly Regal Green on the Facebooks. So with that, I bid you adieu. I will see you next week. And we will learn something else then. And we'll see what else I've stitched. I make no promises. None. You may come next week and we may have just crocheted. I make no promises. So yeah. So we'll talk to you soon. Bye all.